Hello guys, how you doing? So today got an interesting topic and I find myself in quite an unusual situation. So I'm going to show you the bottom of my running shoes. I'm going to show you the bottom of my Pegasus, Nike Pegasus 40s and also my Puma Deviate Nitro 2s because I've got a lot of mileage in them, so there's a bit of wear and tear on them. So if I show you the Pegasus first, this is the left shoe, and on the outside of the shoe, right, just to show it's the outside, you can see how it's, well, the wear is here, the back on the outside. And the same goes for my Puma Deviate Nitro 2. Also, this is the right shoe, and on the outside we also have the wear and tear there. So I'm just struggling to get it in the camera for some reason. There. But what's interesting about that? What's interesting about that is that I have very low arches bordering on flat feet. So here's the thing, right? People who, from the research I've done, I've been doing a lot of research, generally people who have flat feet tend to underpronate. Am I getting this right? The right way around? Yeah, they tend to overpronate. Yeah, that's right. So what that means is they go, when they're running, their foot kind of goes inwards. So people who overpronate, which is quite often people who have flat feet or low arches, would have their sort of wear and tear not on this side, like me, on the outside, but they'd have it there on the inside. So I have the opposite situation, right? So it looks like, from what I can see, I underpronate, which is also known as supination, I believe. This is less common than overpronation. And people who underpronate are generally people that have very high arches, which, like I said, I'm the opposite. I have very low arches, but yet I still, for some reason, seem to underpronate, which means that when I run, my feet kind of go outwards. That's why I land. So for example, if I take the left foot here, I'm running, and I land on the left, the outside part of the shoe. So it is an unusual situation. I had a look on Reddit at this situation. There are other people in the same boat as me. Maybe some of you watching are in the same boat as well. Let me know in the comments section below. Now, when I was kind of in the process of sort of getting into running shoes a bit more, when I was finding out about all this kind of stuff, I went to a store to buy some running shoes. It was a Saucony store. And in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I'm flat-footed pretty much, so I need these, what they call them, support. I think they're called support shoes. Is that correct? The correct word? Shoes with support, right? So I believe they have this kind of thing inside them, which is like kind of like the arch, which I'm lacking, right? I don't have the arch. So that gives you the support, which would then stop me from overpronating, right? And I'd be to try to keep my feet kind of in the middle, like a neutral runner would have. Because I think a neutral runners would have sort of wear and tear generally, maybe at the back, the back center, and also maybe here at the front. So anyway, I went to this store. I said to the guy, I think it looks like I'm kind of flat-footed. What shoes have you got for me? So I took my shoes off. He had a quick look. He said, yeah, you're flat-footed. You need support shoes, which is kind of, what I was thinking. And it was a choice between the Saucony Omni 21 and the Saucony, what's it called? Ride is the neutral one. So it was the whatever the support shoe is of the Ride. It's got a very similar name. Not Glide, not Slide. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're both support shoes, and I ended up going for the Omni. And I have to say, they're probably the worst running shoes I've ever had. Like I said, I thought I needed them. They're the only shoes I ever had, running shoes, where I twisted my ankle. It wasn't a regular occurrence. It wasn't like every time I went for a run, I was twisting my ankle. It tended to happen when the road maybe had it was a bit uneven, or like a pothole or something. And on numerous occasions, I twisted my ankle wearing these Saucony Omni 21s. And the problem with them was, now I realise this, because they're support shoes, they were pushing me even further out. I'm already overpronating, so I'm already going outwards, and these shoes would have been making me even go further out. So they were completely the wrong shoe for me. So it just goes to show, right? You've got to be careful when picking running shoes. You really got to know what you need. See, I'm still not very good at understanding, am I a heel striker, what they call it, forefront, middle? I guess I must be a heel striker, just based on the fact all my wear and tear always seems to come on the back, on the outside part. I kind of guess that answers the question for me. And I suppose the question would be then, what shoes would work for someone like me who is an underpronater or a supinator? And from the research I've done, there aren't any specific shoes out there for people like me, but they say something about get neutral shoes that have quite a lot of cushioning. Someone also made a comment about shoes that are seen to be lacking support. Sometimes you watch these reviews and people say, not good for people that need the support, they're lacking the support. So that's what people would, like me, I guess, would need, because we don't want any sort of assistance in sort of trying to keep our feet, pushing our feet outwards, because they're already going outwards, if that makes sense. So it's been a real eye-opener for me. I mean, I don't pay too much attention to it. For me, I just like to buy neutral running shoes. They seem to work well for me. I don't get injuries. Like I said, the only injuries I've had have come from the wearing the Saucony Omni, where I used to twist my ankle occasionally. It was nothing serious. It wasn't like I was out for a month or something. I was probably back running a few days later, but it wasn't a good experience. Unusual situation. So just to recap, guys, I am flat-footed or almost flat-footed, but I'm in the unusual situation where I underpronate. Let me know, guys, what your experiences are with your own running techniques, or are you an underpronator, an overpronator? Are you a neutral runner? What shoes work best for you? Maybe you've got some advice for me, because I don't really know too much about this. It's only from a bit of research I've done online. But I guess just got to be careful when we buy shoes that they kind of are the right fit for us. Obviously, we don't really know until we start using them. But I mean, if you don't need support, then obviously don't go out and buy support shoes. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. About 10 minutes. So thank you for watching. See you soon for the next one.